Good morning. I am 5 minutes earlier today. As always, if you're watching in recording, you're welcome to fast forward or stay with us through our hellos. I'm gonna check the sound now. This is the second time I'm doing live today. Trying to do it the first time the sound was not good. I am 5 minutes. This time it is good. Excellent. Good morning, Zazoom. Good morning, Gina. Zazu says, new moon today, a good time to plant seeds of peace. Indeed, Zazu, thank you for the reminder. Good morning, Jean. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Judy. All right, it is time for us to start. And today I want to talk about one famous Buddhist parable that illustrates how we bring suffering onto ourselves with our perpetual stories. This teaching is called the second arrow and refers to a story in which the Buddha asked one of his students, if a person is struck by an arrow, is it painful? And if the person is struck by a second arrow, is it even more painful? He went on to explain that in life, we cannot always control the first arrow. However, the second arrow is our reaction to the first one, and it is more or less optional. Our interpretation of events plays a large role in how we experience everything in life. And we do all have a tendency to over-dramatize much of what happens. For example, your partner leaves a pile of dirty dishes in the sink. In and of itself, it's quite a neutral event, right? But how often this neutral event creates a chain reaction of annoyance, frustration, anger, even hopelessness. If you are someone who appreciates cleanliness, when you see the dirty dishes in the sink, you get immediately annoyed. And you can say that in this situation, the dirty dishes, the situation itself, and you getting annoyed is the first arrow. And it hurts, but it's not the end of the world. And right here and now, you have a choice to lean into this energy of being slightly annoyed, feel it fully, and choose to tend to it skillfully. And it may be washing the dishes yourself or having a conversation with your partner about how it is really important for you to have clean dishes when you come back home from work or whatever. To continue with this parable, this scenario would be equivalent to removing the first arrow that struck you and clean the wound. But what happens very often is what we do instead is we completely spin off. Oh my God, this mess is here again. He or she always does this to me. How many times have I said blah, blah, blah? Clearly, they don't care for me at all. Why am I so underappreciated? Why am I always underappreciated? Nobody loves me. May sound familiar, right? Of course, in your case, it may be something different than the dirty dishes, but you get the point. We work ourselves up because of something technically neutral. Our history gives the whole situation such an emotional charge that we are happily biting the hook without even realizing that by doing so, we actually strike ourselves with the second arrow of suffering. And it's our own doing. We can very quickly go from a neutral event. Something annoys us, our head hurts, we're coming down with a cold, to extrapolating all sorts of emotions and thoughts from it, which have little or even nothing to do with the original stimulus. And it's important to remember that the story is not about denying our initial reaction. It's not about pretending we are immune to any kind of pain, annoyance, frustration, anger. Not at all. It's about having a choice in how to proceed. Over time, having an awareness of this choice and refraining from flinging endless second arrows at ourselves helps to liberate us from a lot of unnecessary suffering. So today, let's continue our practice of dropping the charged storyline that can spiral us to the depths of, oh, from, you know, dirty dishes to nobody loves me, and contacting the underlying energy non-verbally. Because the more you do it, the easier it becomes to discern which arrows in your life are inevitable and which ones you're flinging at yourself out of anger or frustration, compounding your suffering further and further. And remember, whatever comes up through the practice, tend to it with loving kindness. Any stories, any thoughts, any words, any sensations, any feelings, they are all okay. Nothing is wrong. So with that in mind, take a comfortable position and as always, take a few moments to settle into your body, into your breath, into the here and now. Let your breath be nice and soft, completely natural, just feeling yourself breathe in and out. No struggle, allowing all the experiences of the present moment, all the physical sensations, thoughts, emotions, to simply flow through you as energy. And see if you can get a sense of spaciousness in your breath as you do this. And now bring up a memory that carries with it a strong emotion. We've been working with it for the past few days. So if you want to focus on something, on the same situation, that's fine. Or bring out something different, your choice. And notice if right away the whole story comes up, this whole charged story associated with the emotion. See this inkling of being ready to spin off to the point of no return. And in this moment, see if you can let go of that story and connect with the underlying feeling, whatever that is: anger, frustration, annoyance, hopelessness, hurt. What does it really feel like? Where in your body is this located? And if right away you feel the energy of tightening, of closing down, wanting to be somewhere else, not to do any further exploration, that's okay. That's the quality of Shenpa. Totally normal. How human of me. So allow yourself to lean into this energy, however uncomfortable it is, and lean only as much as it feels okay for now. There's no need to push through. Simply try to experience whatever is happening to whatever degree you can. Even though the exercise here is to let go of the story and feel the feeling, it's inevitable and totally normal that words constantly come up, those description words that we're so used to. This is our habit. Remember, there is no need to struggle against the word to try and make your mind blank. It's not going to work. So rather use your words to help you with your somatic exploration. Whatever the word is, ask yourself, how does that really feel like? Where do I feel it? What is its color, its texture? Is it static or dynamic? Breathing gently, feeling, experiencing. Not trying to breathe anything away, but using your breath to create space around whatever it is you're feeling, so that you can just sit with it. Sit in the home base of your being, this vast spaciousness of your mind, your body, the open dimension of you. And now gently let go of your practice. Scan your body again. Notice what's going on for you right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you really? And as you go through your day today, whenever you have a strong response to a situation, ask yourself, what's my story here? Am I still dealing with the first arrow that is inevitable? Or am I adding on the second arrow that can actually be avoided? Enjoy your discoveries. Thank you so much for being here today. Tomorrow is Lorna's breathing practice, and I will see you on Saturday.